BN fans, hey, we're here at 7 o'clock. Me and Miss Lee, thank you so much, Miss Lee, being on here. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about positives and everything. You know, we know right now it's a little bit of a down, with the fans and everything. Mark Pope, the haters and everything. It's all, we've heard it all day long. We've heard it since last night. Miss Lee, I know it's not as bad as what it seems. It's 8 games in. We have got still a good team. We just need to, work on things that we need to work on.
Yeah, Jimmy, once again, good to see you here on a Wednesday night. Um, it's like you said, it's 8 games in. We have played these 8 games without having our full team. You know, it's gonna get better. It's got to get better. We'll have our full team back, and things will get better. It's only 8 games in. We've still got 23 more games to go. And as we spoke about the SEC, Jimmy, it's not like it was last year.
Yeah, it's not the gauntlet that
You
it
know,
was last year.
what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, yeah, it's not the gauntlet that it was last year.
It,
Uh,
it's it's not going to be as rough of a road. I do think it's going to be tough. I don't, don't get me wrong. I just there's so many things that need to change. Um, more things we need to work on. Rebounding is getting better. It's just not there yet, in my opinion. It is getting better though. But the positives are this is only 8 games in, and we're playing without three of our star players.
well, yeah, I agree with that 100%. And, we really right now we do not have an inside presence. We don't have a rim protector. I mean, I know that Malachi, he had a couple blocks last night, but him along with Garrison, they're both right now. I just don't think that they're living up to their expectations. Malachi just being a freshman, I expect that. But Brandon Garrison being a junior, I expected him to have a little bit more. But I'm not being negative. I believe he still can have a great season. And when we have JQ back in the presence and being on the court, I think it's going to help out both him and Brandon Garrison and Moreno.
I do as well. I think that he's going to be a big presence when he does join the team. Um, right now, I think that getting Jalen Lowe back on the court, we could have really used Mo last night. Mo's physicality would have made a difference. So I really think that nobody needs to get discouraged. I don't think anybody needs to really worry at this point. Now, if we get everybody healthy and everybody's playing and we're still playing like this, okay, worry. But without them there, you know, we
Well,
don't see what the team is capable of.
yeah, I feel the same. If we have all three players and we're still in a situation like this, then I'm going to be concerned. Right now, I'm not concerned. We have lost 3 games, but all 3 games is against top 25 teams. That's quad one losses. It's not like we have lost games against mediocre teams or average teams. We've lost against
Right.
three good teams. And Louisville is really outstanding. They have a good game tonight coming up against Arkansas. You know, with us not having Mo, not having JQ, and not having Jalen Lowe, when we are full capacity with this team, I think we're still going to be just fine. And going into the SEC play in January, we will have a good team coming in. And like we had discussed this before, the SEC is not like what it was last year.
It's not. And I have faith. I have faith in the team. Son of a gunner, you're correct. Mo's rebounding would have been, I mean, it was needed. It would have made a difference in the game because we did lose in rebounding and are really being missed at this time.
I'm not going to say anybody's a ball hog, Aberdeen or any player on this team. I believe it would have been different if we had Jalen Lowe because Jalen Lowe can get to parts of the floor that Aberdeen cannot get to. He can get under the defense, go through the defense. He can get to the rim. He can kick it out. Jalen Lowe is a different aspect to this team that Mo that Aberdeen cannot contribute.
And that's gonna happen. Guys don't play the exact same game.
Mm,
They just don't. Different guys play a different type, a different style of ball. They have their own thing, and it does make a big difference with Jalen Lowe in there. He would have been going to the rim. He's made some crazy shots under the rim.
yeah.
And I really do believe that having him in the game last night, having Mo in the game last night, it would have been a different outcome. So I'm not concerned right now. I'm not worried. Uh, we we do airball some, but I think that that'll come.
I think a lot of them is
Yeah,
forced shots, and that we don't even need to take forced shots. And when we're taking forced shots outside, when the shot clock is getting down to like 3-4 seconds, we're taking four shots and we're airballing them. Yeah,
yeah, because we don't have time to get set up. That's why we need to go inside out, not outside in.
yeah, and
Unless you're driving it to the rim, you're not go outside in at all. You know, get the ball, draw the people, throw it back out. I just, I think that all the guys can use a little bit of fine tuning in
well,
in in some aspects of their game.
yeah, I agree totally. I know, David, he's talking about Noah, and Noah is a liability us for on the defensive end, but I know he only took like one for he only took that 1 3. I mean, he needs to take more that is presented to him. He needs to take shots when he has the shots and not be scared to miss a shot. On defense, he is a liability right now.
Yeah, and yeah, for sure. I just, I our girls offense is better than our guys. Like it runs more smoothly. But like I said, once we get the other guys in the lineup, I think it's all going to change. I think this is temporary. It's a setback. We've overcome worse.
Well, last year at this time, we had beaten Duke, we had beaten Gonzaga. Everybody's kind of thinking, okay, well, this is what we're going to have this year. Now, this is a totally different team. This is a good team to me. I love this team. I know when we have all of our pieces together, this is going to be a great team, and it's going to be a fun team to watch. And some of these Kentucky fans are not looking at it as of the future. All they look at is day to day what happened last night, what's happened today. Okay, uh, I know that we're 0-3 against top 25 teams. Well, hey, we can improve on that. This is going to be a great team. I'm telling you, this team will get it together and they will have an outstanding season. When we get into SEC play, it's not going to be like it was last year. We're going to have a good team.
I believe so too. And just let me say this real quick. Y'all will never hear me say this again, ever. But Louisville plays Arkansas tonight, and let me just say, go Cards, because I do not want to see Arkansas win this. What
I
about
don't want Arkansas to win this game either. I hope Louisville wins this game by 10, 15 points. It's like a 2.5 point favorite. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I am gonna be rooting for Louisville tonight, not Arkansas, and I'm not gonna root for Calipari. You know, but I mean, I do agree. Noah did play some good minutes last night. He did get some rebounds. He pushed the ball up, but he cannot be afraid to take shots when he's wide open, or even some contested shots. He didn't take it because I think he was so afraid to take those shots that he was thinking, well, I don't want to miss. Well, you can't worry about missing. You miss all the shots you never take. You miss them anyhow.
so? We'll just have to see. What happens. Um, like, this isn't going to be a very long show tonight. There's not a lot to talk about. We're not going to rehash last night.
No.
Next, we got Gonzaga Friday. We
Hmm.
gotta hope that we gotta hope that either Jalen Lowe or Mo Diabate or both are back for that game. We'll have to wait and see. There's been no word at this time.
Really? Yeah.
And the way we're the maybe different guys need to be on. At one point, they had the best, what I thought was the best lineup on the floor, and it was Otega Owe, Malachi Moreno, Colin Chandler,
Jelly
uh, Denzel Aberdeen, and Jelly.
and Jelly. I think you need to let them players stay on the floor for 10,
Yeah,
12, 13 minutes. uh, don't be subbing players in just to sub a
yeah.
player in. You
At a time, right? Let them play.
yeah, let them play
Jelly was
for
doing good last night.
yeah.
He should have played.
He guarded Caleb Wilson just as good as he guarded uh, Michael Brown Jr. at Louisville. And I mean, he was staying in front of
Yeah,
him.
he did.
Nobody got by him. He was playing great defense. He missed a couple shots that should have went in. It wasn't his. I mean, he took the shot, but he was playing real good in that game last night.
Yeah, I thought he was too. So I'm hoping that he's been improving every single game.
Yeah,
So there's gonna come a time where he's gonna go off and have his night. I picked him for the MVP last night, and the way he was playing, he could have ended up had things changed.
yeah.
Um, but it is
Well,
what it is. You
I did. People are talking about Jalen Lowe. I saw Jalen Lowe last night jump up off the bench and throw both hands up in the air. If that shoulder is hurting him, it don't look like it.
That's
And
why
I'm
I
not,
think
I'm
he'll
not,
be
I'm
back.
not, yeah, I'm not being like disrespectful that he can't play, but I think he can play. I think they're just kind of making sure he is perfect until he actually plays his next game.
Yeah, because we've got these games coming up that we need him for. So why
Yeah.
risk him injuring it last night when we need him for Gonzaga, St. John's, Indiana? Who is the leader of this team? Question from Dougie.
I,
Honestly, I think part of the problem is right now they don't have one.
yeah.
I think that was Otega's role to step into. Is he stepping into it as well as he should? Doesn't look like it. But at this point, I don't think we have an actual leader on the team, and I think that's what part of the problem is. I think Jalen Lowe can come in and be that, the
Yeah.
floor general, just like we had Tyler Hewlett. I think he can come in and be that. Um, right now he's not in, so we don't have that floor general. I think that's Jalen Lowe's role, honestly.
Yeah. And I still think we are the deepest team in the country. But we need three players back. But I'm agreeing with you. Jalen Lowe will lead this team when he is back. And Ortega maybe took a step back, but he's still averaging 16 points like he was averaging last year. I don't understand why everybody is so down on him that he's not averaging 20. He's doing what he did last year. I think he thought that this year's team was going to be more productive right now, but he didn't know that we was going to be down Jalen Lowe, Mo Diabate, and not have JQ.
Right. Well, you've also got to think in last night's game, we started to see the Ortega Oweh from last year. That's how Ortega plays. Don't
Yeah.
stand out there and take a three, drive that ball to the rim. He was actually playing with some fight and some physicality, and he was going to the rim, and he was drawing those fouls. And that's Ortega's role, in my opinion. I think he's better off at that. I think they need to clear a lane or get a lane, and he needs to drive through it.
Well, I mean, I know everybody has talked this team up and everything, talked about how good we was going to be. We was going to be in the top 10. We're going to be in the top 5. We're going to be like ranked number 1 after we beat Purdue in the exhibition game. All that is out the picture right now. This team is a good team. We just got to let it gel. Let Mark Pope do it. I know everybody's saying, don't worry about this analytics and everything. Don't play them, don't take a player out here and there. Let them play. Pope has got this. And, I'm not going to be disrespectful for anybody, but right now, this team, is on the verge of everybody hating them, Kentucky fans. Right now, I'm not. I'm skeptical that we still can win a lot of great games through December and a lot of great games through January, February, and March.
Yes, son of a gunner. You're absolutely right. He gets better as his hair gets longer. I told you I'm big on the hair. When he cut it, it was like Samson losing his strength. But I do believe that once we get the whole team back together, it's going to be a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's anybody on the coaching staff. I don't think it's Pope. I don't think it's the trainers. I don't think it's the players. I think it's just going to take this team a little bit longer to get developed once they get all the players back on the floor. Last year, we had everybody until Lamont Butler got hurt. And then, Andrew Carr and different things like that later on. But we had pieces that kept the team together. This year, when all the injuries happened at one time, we didn't have a lot of players that was experienced to be on the floor.
Right. And I think we need to start having 2 true point guards on the team.
Every year.
Point guards always seem to have, it's bad luck. So, and let me just say, I'm agreeing with you guys. We need to have 2 point guards first of all. That's the first point.
No,
I go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh no! I mean, 2 point guards next year for sure. I don't care if we just get a point guard from the transfer. If we're going to be keeping, Jalen Lowe, get a point guard from the transfer, and then let's get a freshman that just can come in and play. Let's have 2, 3 point guards. I mean, that'd be a lot better than what we're going through right now. Aberdeen is not a point guard. He is a good player, but he's just not a great point guard. He's a good off guard. Right. And I know Pope, he does have some of the responsibilities because he's the head coach. He does need to crack down on some of these players. Going through the season at the beginning, you don't want to be too hard on them. Right now, it's time to be hard on these players because we've got to get this situation taken care of even when we get the 3 players back, there's situations that we need to address.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree with Lady Bass Player. She's saying, we need a big passing man like we had Amari. Well, when we get JQ back, I think we got that.
I mean, even Brandon Garrison and Malachi, they're good passers, but they haven't been in the great situations to do that because we're struggling of not having all of our players.
Right. But I believe that we're not gonna stay on here much longer. I believe in this team. I believe when we get the guys back, it's all gonna be a total difference. I think everybody's gonna see it. We just need to have faith and hang in there.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree. I'm with this team. I'm with Pope, Hope and Pope. I'm with this team. Miss Lee, we talked earlier today. I mean, we're still excited about this basketball team. We're going to be excited all the way until the end of, April when the NCAA tournament and ready for the next year. But, uh, that's something that we need to make sure that we keep these fans here and talk about everything that we want to talk about, what they want to talk about, and it's just so exciting. I love it. I was down. Everybody's been down, but hey, it's Kentucky basketball. We got to keep it up. We got to keep it up for everybody here on this loyal BBN fan show and for the BBN Nation.
Exactly. And if you haven't clicked the like button, please click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget, we're doing pregame for the Gonzaga game on Friday. Pregame
Yes.
will be at 6. The game starts at 7. So we will see you guys back here Friday. Good to go.
Friday, yeah, Friday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be here to shine. I
We'll
mean,
be here at 6.
oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's 6. Yeah, games at 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My
So,
my bad.
nah, that's good. So we look forward to seeing you guys. We're glad you were here. Um, we love our cats. Y'all hit the like button, and we'll see you Friday.
We'll be here.
Go Cats!
Go Cats.